What is the RDS minimum public data set? Contrary to WHOIS, which makes all WHOIS data entirely public, the RDS would give registrants and contacts more control over personal data. Only minimum public data would be available without credentials authentication. Specifically, the RDS would make just enough information public to meet basic common DNS needs, communicate efficiently with each domain's registry registrar, identify and email the registrant, and identify his/her designated purpose-based contacts, PBCs. If more information is needed, then authentication and purpose would be required. Most RDS data, including most registrant and all PBC contact details, would be gated by default, available only for permissible purposes to authorized users. Moreover, to deter fraud and identity theft, PBCs would maintain and control use of their own data. Only the minimum public data set shown here would be freely available to anyone, for any permissible purpose, without requiring authentication. This bare minimum includes registry and registrar supplied information, registrant contact ID and email address, along with purpose-based contact IDs. To improve accountability and reachability, validated registrant, admin, technical, abuse, and legal contacts would be required for all new domain names. However, only contact IDs would be in the minimum public data set. A contact ID is just a unique number that can be used by an authorized user with a permissible purpose to look up contact data, name, and address details. No registrant or public contact data would be public by default, except for one email address supplied by the registrant made public to satisfy many basic common DNS needs. Drilling down, this is a minimum public data record for an example domain name. As you can see, there is a very limited amount of personal data, but it provides plenty of information to contact the registry or registrar, and just enough information to try to contact the registrant, and make an informed decision about whether you want to identify yourself and your purpose and request more detailed information. Gated data from the RDS. For example, when resolving a technical issue, you might see this domain has the same tech contact as others you are already working on, so you need no more data. Or you might see this domain has a designated proxy contact and decide to request more information about that proxy service, such as their abuse reporting URL. As this slide shows, any RDS request that does not identify the requester or declare a permissible purpose returns only the minimum public data set that I just described, and nothing more. Requests that seek additional information must pass through a gate, applying the authentication and access rules defined for each purpose. Each purpose returns only data authorized for that purpose, including contact data supplied by that PBC for that specific purpose. To learn more about the minimum public data set, permissible purposes, and more, please read the EWG's final report and FAQs.